Don, what's up?
I told you.
Don, what's up, man? Just talk about how crazy it was, man. 4 months ago, you know, you had the big three embrace you, middle of the court, man, and now being in this situation 4 months later, just talk about how crazy it is, man.
I don't think words can really describe it. You know, they're a great team. You know, they play with heart and play with passion. But the way we play together, we weathered the storm when they came out hot early, and you know we stuck together. And that's been our motto all year. But you know, to beat a team like that it says a lot. You know, and for me personally, being a guy who I kind of looked up to and kind of modeled my game after, it's pretty special.
Donovan and Joe, what adjustments? Obviously, early first and second without Ricky was pretty tough. What adjustments do you feel like you made in the quarter, or was it just Donovan hitting shots?
I looked to Ricky pretty much throughout the whole game, kind of how to run the offense, you know, at the point guard spot, and then when Ricky went down, I looked to Joe, you know, and he's just so poised. You know, we were kind of a little bit all over the place. You know, I think it was like 33 to 36, and he hits 2 threes. You know, and you know when he's coming in the timeout and being vocal, I think that really, you know, for me gave me confidence. Like, all right, we still got it. You know, I'm kind of hesitant in the first half, but you know, having a vet like Joe who remains calm, and even Ricky, you know, it definitely helps to have those guys you can talk to and ask, like, what do you see here? And when they're guarding it like this, you know, how are you going to set the screen, stuff like that.
Rudy, that last defensive possession where they got 4 offensive rebounds and you guys had to defend over and over again. What was that like to play, first of all, and then how did you end up getting the stop?
We just kept fighting. You know, they had 2 very athletic big on the board. They keep tipping the ball out. I think they got 2 or 3 shots, and they ended up not making them, and we came out with a rebound.
Donovan or Joe, can you address the contribution of Alec Burks? Guy hasn't gotten a lot of opportunity this series, and he comes in cold and hits some big shots for you. Kind of just epitomizes this team, I would think.
Okay. You know, AV's always ready. You know, and there's that phrase that we always say, you know, stay ready, that way you don't have to get ready. And it showed tonight. He was ready, he was confident, came in, he even guarded Russell, you know, for the majority of the third quarter. So taking on that challenge, it was huge. And, you know, for him to keep playing like that and stay engaged, you know, it may be tough for some people, but a guy like him, he stays locked in, stays focused. And he's always able to score, even when he could be sitting out there for 50 minutes straight, and he'll come back in the 51st minute and give you, as you saw in, I think it was, game 2 or game 1, where he had like 10 points in 2 minutes. So you see he's showing what he can do, and being able to stay ready is one of the biggest things that I've seen out of him.
Guys, Russell Westbrook criticized Jazz fans, said they get too personal. Do you notice that? Do you hear that stuff, or is it any different here than it is anywhere else?
Great job so far. Well, you know, so like I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. You know, in my 2 years in college, I've heard crazy things too. You know, but it's part of the game. I wouldn't say specifically here that it happens. You know, it happens everywhere. You know, I heard it last game. You know, and I think that's just part of the game that makes it fun, you know, and when you have the crowd yelling at you, and sometimes it does go overboard. I'm not saying that's what happened, but, you know, you just got to be able to maintain composure, and to be honest, I enjoy it. When the worst stuff they say, I smile, and I smile through everything. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, so, but I enjoy it. So just, I don't really think it's just a Utah thing.
Yeah, Rudy, you and Adams had quite a series going at each other, and he had his best game tonight. What's it like going against him for 6 games over 2 weeks, and how tough is he to play, and what did you do to sort of counter him for much of this series?
He's just relentless. You know, he's a very good player. We've been going against each other since probably the pre-draft workout. You know, so it's been every time it's a battle. You know, and I got a lot of respect for him.
Rudy and Derrick. Well, I suppose Derrick, because Rudy answered the last question. The two of you as a front court, there have been a lot of questions throughout the year, even going back to last year, about whether you could play together, whether the two of you, the duo works. The two of you both played 39-plus minutes tonight in a closeout game. How does that feel?
It feels great. Me and Rudy, we both heard the noise. Everybody saying we can't coexist with each other because we're not three-point shooters, don't space the floor, whatever. But no, we made it work. Some games he sacrifices, some games I sacrifice. So we just found a way to make it work. Sharing the paint defensively. We both good rim protectors, can guard out on the perimeter. So, to the credit of both of us, we just found a way to make it work, and it's been paying off for us.
Joe, how long can you enjoy this before you start thinking about the number one team in the league? I mean, less than 48 hours, a quick turnaround. And what are your early thoughts on Houston?
We'll obviously enjoy this tonight. It's
tomorrow already. It's 12 a.m.
There's the immaturity coming out. We'll enjoy this tomorrow. It was a fun game. It was. We obviously didn't want to go back there. We wanted to finish in front of our home fans, and it's going to take a little while to wind down after that tonight. And we'll start. Obviously, it's a quick turnaround, so we'll think quickly. Obviously, tomorrow about Houston and what we've got to do in that series. But obviously, tonight is something that we want to enjoy together. We've been a great team all year, sticking together through the ups and downs, and tonight was just another example of that.
Joe,
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
well, Joe, the after Game 5, losing that lead, do you feel like anything you learned had an influence on tonight's game and holding composure?
It was tough, obviously, because we got such a good lead. Weren't able to obviously hold it, and they got back in the game. We still had chances in that game. I think tonight they went on a couple runs as well, and I think we used that last Game 5, whatever it was, to look back and in the timeouts and just look at each other. We've been in this situation before, and we know what not to do. We were great at just staying composed and sticking together and running what we wanted to run, getting the shots we wanted, and obviously getting stops and rebounding to close it out.
Dean Blevins, CBS Oklahoma City. Rudy, Billy Donovan and Russell Westbrook each said that they thought that you committed a foul on Paul George that wasn't called. How'd you see it?
I think it could have been both ways. He jumped sideways. I got caught in the air, definitely, and sometimes they make these calls, sometimes they don't. I think throughout the series, there have been some calls that went either way. Game 5, me and Derrick, we both fought trouble the whole game, and no one talked about that. So I think it could have been both ways. It's not one play that defines the series. It's a lot of games.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all for coming. You got homeboy in the back.
Donovan, how did it feel when you were in the midst of making 10 shots in a row? Like you said, you smiled through everything, but how was that for you when you were on fire there?
He asked a normal question. He asked how it felt to play amazing. You stay composed.
I was in a different. Definitely asked Joe for some advice. To be honest with you, Coach Quinn called that the whole thing. The first half I was kind of hesitant. I was kind of nervous, to be honest with you. And he came up to me after one of the timeouts before the half ended, and he said, "We're going to win this game, and you're going to go off." And word for word, that's what he said. And when you have a coach telling you that, your mindset's like, you know what, maybe there's no need to be nervous. And from that point on, I just kept knocking down shots. I had one almost turnover, and I tried my hardest to get it back. But man, I was in different mode, I guess. It was crazy. But the biggest thing is that once we got the lead, we kept it. As a team, we stayed together and stayed locked in, even when they made their push. But yeah, I guess crazy would be the word.
Nice.